cars with strangers. Could this trend really resolve India's massive traffic and air pollution crisis? Well, that's exactly what one quirkily named startup is after. This is BlaBlaCar, a car-sharing platform that claims to create a unique space for car owners and co-travelers to get to know one another and pre-decide who they want to travel with. For India's 100 million Facebook users and 160 million smartphone users, this may just be the next travel revolution. And while most of us will keep waiting for train tickets or end up spending a bomb on last-minute flights or cabs, I'm going to test out this new age travel formula and meet the team behind it.
Seamless convenience, all through a few taps and swipes. And here comes a car to take you to your destination. Now, while riding in cars with strangers can be daunting in India, the ride with BlaBlaCar was smooth and hassle-free. And striving hard to meet with the customers' expectations is Raghav Gupta, the India country manager at European ride-sharing startup BlaBlaCar. Raghav occupies a pivotal position within the company's hierarchy and leads the charge for this startup's journey in India, a market that is crucial for its European founders. Now, while Raghav helms the operations in India, BlaBlaCar is actually the brainchild of Frederic Marzella, the founder and CEO of BlaBlaCar, Nicolas Brousson, the co-founder and COO, and Francis Napez, the co-founder and CTO. But let's be frank, pitching a car-sharing startup in India can't be easy. So we have our questions ready for Raghav. Will BlaBlaCar, a French startup, be able to adapt to the Indian market and scale up? How does BlaBlaCar differentiate itself from giants like Ola, Uber and the likes? Does BlaBlaCar have a profitable revenue model to grow and give satisfactory returns on investment?
When we started out, maybe about a year ago, I think convincing people who we were trying to hire, or business partners who we were trying to work with, or agencies that we were trying to hire to work with us, because ride sharing is such a new concept, convincing them that this will work in India took some doing, right? Because people were like, will this work, will this not work in India?
Well, it is evident that this startup did face some resistance at the onset, but that hasn't stopped it from claiming its position as the world's largest long-distance ride-sharing community. And there are two crucial differences between BlaBlaCar and short-distance transport apps. First, BlaBlaCar is designed for car owners that are already planning a journey, allowing them to share their empty seats with co-travelers. And secondly, BlaBlaCar is a real peer-to-peer service about sharing costs. But how does BlaBlaCar ensure the safety of its travelers?
So the safety aspect is actually very well taken care of. It's an excellent process that we follow globally. So in terms of the trust and safety features, so we have a number of verifications. So when you log in to BlaBlaCar, when you become a member the first time, you have to log in through Facebook. So this way we can see the number of friends from your Facebook profile on your BlaBlaCar profile. We verify your email ID, your phone number. We've also recently introduced government IDs. So what this does is you not only just upload your government ID onto your BlaBlaCar account, BlaBlaCar verifies it with a government database. So this guarantees that they're like 100% authentic profiles. Apart from that, we also have an amazing rating system, a two-way rating system that enables honest ratings on the platform. So people can understand the behavior of someone by looking at the rating, seeing if that's someone that they want to travel with.
BlaBlaCar connects car owners and co-travelers to share journeys ranging from 1 to 10 hours. Members travel together and share the cost of the journey, and that is incentive enough for them to choose this startup. Car sharing is a very nascent trend in India, and generating revenue through such an idea can't be easy. After all, India isn't an easy market to crack and set up shop in. So we decided to grill Raghav and get some answers.
So they say it's hard to do business in India given the infrastructural problems and the red tapeism. So why did a French startup decide to come to India?
Obvious reasons to pick India as a market to be in. Large booming consumer economy, lots of smartphones, lots of growth in the internet penetration, and lots of usage of social media, which we use extensively for our marketing purposes. Given the fact that infrastructure, which is, let's say, public transport, which is not sufficient in India, BlaBlaCar in a sense helps solve for the deficiency in public transports. So it made a lot of sense for BlaBlaCar to come to India.
Do you think BlaBlaCar, a French startup, can adapt to the Indian market and scale up?
I think we've done that already. And I think it's at a strategic level as well as at a execution level. So strategically, in most of the countries that we are present in, especially let's say in Europe, our value proposition to car owners is that they can save the cost of petrol, and to a co-traveler is that they can travel much cheaper than let's say a train. So in a sense, we say you can travel cheaper. In India, all of us know that if I want to book a train ticket for tomorrow morning from let's say Delhi to Dehradun, that train ticket will be waitlisted. So the core proposition that we have in India is you can travel as opposed to you can travel cheaper, and so that makes a lot of sense for us to bring it to India.
How does BlaBlaCar differentiate itself from other giants like Uber and Ola and the likes?
BlaBlaCar is a ride-sharing service, right? Which means that private car owners can come to BlaBlaCar, become members of BlaBlaCar, and share empty seats in their car with other people who want to go from the same point to the same point that the car owner is going, right? So essentially, we are a ride-sharing, or in a simpler way, a carpooling platform. I think the companies like Uber and Ola are clearly taxi aggregators, which is the core business. Some of them have launched taxi sharing services as well, and I think recently they are also looking at launching carpooling, but I think the core business still is around the taxi space.
Do you have a profitable revenue model to sustain and give you satisfactory returns on investments, especially considering you aren't monetizing in India yet?
So currently we don't monetize in India, which means that when all of us use the service in India, BlaBlaCar doesn't charge for it, doesn't charge the car owner, doesn't charge the co-traveler either. As you know, we are present in about 22 countries. In some of these countries, we monetize. And our thinking behind monetization is quite straightforward, that when our members see a value in the service that we offer, only then should we charge them a fee for using the service, right? Our approach is not to give a lot of freebies and also start monetization right from the start. So my sense is that even in India, when we are ready to start monetization, at least we know what the unit economics are going to be, and hopefully we should be able to make them work in India as well.